to Ask the Accountant Pitstop podcast here in Manchester 2024, and we have another fantastic guest lined up for you. But the only way to do this is for you to, because I'm not going to remember everything that you've got going on. There is so much going on, but
Too much going on.
Can you please tell the audience who you are, why people should care about what you've got to say? Go for it.
So I am Abby Anderson. I run a bookkeeping and accountancy practice. I have done now for 11 years.
Amazing.
And love bookkeeping more so than I do the accountancy side, would you believe? But, you know, my other business is in tech. We are going through beta tester stage at the moment. Been nearly 2 years in the making.
Amazing.
But we're getting very close and it's very exciting, and it's for the bookkeeping industry.
I love it.
For the data entry side. Not going to fob anybody off on this podcast at all, because everyone loves what they love.
Yeah.
But there's certain things within our industry that sometimes work, and we can't run a practice on that.
Yeah.
So, we want it to work all the time.
Every time. You need that confidence, right? To build your services.
100%. Company's called IAME. So it's like AI's in the
I love
name.
it. I love it.
It's spelled AIMEE. And it's IAME being intelligent Amy. It's run by AI, but she takes on a humanoid chatbot kind of. It's like having another person in your business. So
Love it.
for all those, one person bookkeeping practices, that really does help it. Now, obviously running my business, I've grown it to where it's got to. We've got staff now, and hence why I'm here. I've been able to have a nice day without actually being interrupted.
Yeah.
But, it's taken a long time to get to this stage. But running two businesses is hard.
Definitely. Yeah, 100%. And just to fill in the gaps then, are you creating a whole new, I hate the term now, FMS? Or are you looking for it to be, is it supposed to be running alongside other FMS solutions?
We want a piece of software that integrates with a lot of other things, hence why we're here today.
So it's working with the others. I love it.
And I think integrations, tapping into other people's networks, including our own network that we've now got. So, we're supporting other people, they're supporting us, and it's, we're all in it together. This world is big enough for us to all survive.
Yeah, 100%.
And, I just want something that works.
Yeah.
And, okay, tech does break. And believe me, that it's like having another child or an animal, trying to train an animal. Everything goes wrong, and it's like, my God, what's going on? So we have had some tech issues, but you have to express.
And you're a young startup, right? Like, you don't have the billions of pounds that some people in this room have got to spend on it. So no, I love it.
We've been quite lucky because we've got our own in-house developers.
Love it.
We've got a QA tester that goes in and breaks it every single day, which is great because I don't have to keep doing that. We've got a project manager. I've got a business partner, Beju Solanki. He's just like phenomenal. He's very, very supportive. He's from a psychology and business coach, life coach person. So, it's a very different type of era, but, we're both in it together, and it's just amazing. The team we've got around us. And, Joe and Zoe.
Yeah.
Zoe.
Yeah.
So Joe's introduced us to her brother, Lee Russell. He's in the MVP arena, should I say.
Yeah.
And he's really, really good. He's really supporting us on launching our products. So I had to give him a bit of a shout out.
Yeah.
It's been really good so far.
We love a name drop here on the podcast. We love a name drop. So you mentioned that you're in a really good position now because you've got the team who can support you and come to events. Have you been to many other events over the time? Or?
Oh, good grief. So Digital Accountancy Show, because we're down in the Essex Bay. So we go to the London events mainly.
Yep.
So there's a 2020 event coming up soon, and Innovation that are here as well this week. Yeah, there's lots of stuff going on. There's the Digital E-commerce Expo, which is at the Excel in a couple of weeks' time. But we go to Digital Accountancy Show, ZeroCon, Accountex, which was in London. Yeah. Missed it this year, Accountex down there. So that's why we're up here this time.
Okay, yeah.
So, yeah.
And what do you think to this event then? Because is it first time at the Manchester one, I assume?
Well, I know that last year wasn't as busy as I've been told. They say
the team's done amazing. Like Caroline and the team have done amazing for this event.
I was actually really, I was quite astonished because it was like everyone was saying that there wasn't a lot of people last year. I don't know if it's the weather. Have no idea.
It's Manchester, right? So.
But today must be it's like late summer. But it's a lot busier. I've talked to so many people. I feel like I'm losing my voice.
I know. And have you got highlights so far of the event?
Well, obviously Sage is the sponsor of Accountancy in Manchester.
Yeah.
And obviously I picked out Jack Chopin and also Chris Downing.
Oh, amazing. Yeah.
So I've said hello to those, and there's been loads of other things. Teleroo, there's one that I've not come across. Now, I'm a bit of a tech head, and I like to try everything and see how it fits with my bookkeeping business. But I had never come across Teleroo. Apron, obviously, because they sponsor you guys, I've heard of, but I've never heard of Teleroo. So I've managed to have a chat with them.
Amazing. Haley,
partnership lady. Yeah, so we're going to arrange something in the near future.
Amazing.
So, it's just like building connections.
That's it.
And asking.
With real people, right?
100%. And I always think, even though a lot of my friends, my very close friends and my family know my motto, I don't like people. Right. But I'm very selective, I've got this thing, it's like a radar of bad and good energy.
Yeah.
And, I want to help other people, and I really want this to work. So when I'm looking at what bookkeepers struggle with on a day-to-day basis, and that includes us as a practice, I think when you're in it, it's a bit like Johan, with Client Engager. I mean, I have tried every single management software there is out there. And when I came across Client Engager, which actually was my ex-business partner at the time, she said, Abby, you've got to try this. This is amazing. And I was on a 5-day holiday, Monday to Friday. And I was literally, the Tuesday she said it to me, Wednesday, I got onto Client Engager, spent Wednesday, Thursday and Friday uploading everything, got it all set up. So when I started work on Monday, it was done.
Yeah, exactly.
And I spent my holiday doing it, I know, but I love my tech.
No, same here. Yeah. How much time has it saved you since, right? Like, how much benefits have you had since?
I don't get much involved in it. It's the staff now to go in, know what tasks they've got.
Exactly.
Communication, the proposal side of things, honestly. And it's so user-friendly, really cost-effective. You get heard.
Yeah.
The community that Johan's built is absolutely phenomenal.
Yeah.
And, you're heard. You're a voice and you get heard. You're a person. Whereas, unfortunately, some of the larger organizations lose that.
Oh, 100%. Yeah.
They don't hear you. And I mean, there's one particular software that's quite high up that I won't mention, but we've asked for this feature for 2 years. I've been waiting for it. And there's been so many other people and they just don't listen.
No.
And I think they lose so much. At the end of the day, we're building something for an audience that are going to use it.
Yeah.
Why not get other people's opinions on what they want and features they want? Johan has just gone, that's it. And he has done so well. I'm so in awe of him, to be fair, but he's done so well. And I'm glad my ex-business partner actually introduced me to Client Engager, because I'd be completely lost without it.
And I think it gives people like yourself, young startups, that hope, right? Because they're doing very similar to what the story you're talking about, like getting all the people together and building up. That's what they're doing. If they can do it to the success they're doing, surely that gives you confidence that you're in the right mark. You're doing something right here, right?
Yeah. People buy from people at the end of the day. And if you're not being heard as a person, the audience are your customers. And if they're not being heard, what's the point?
Yeah.
I honestly find that I like these events, you come here to make connections. And I'd forgotten to some degree what it feels like to be at something like this.
Yeah.
Because you just talk, and it's like general chit chat, and you actually, we're all human.
Yeah. Exactly right. Yeah. And we forget that sometimes, right?
Yeah.
So you've obviously had to take a long trip to get up here. You've had a long way to get here. You've really pushed the boat out. Right?
Yeah.
How do you go to an event like this and make sure you get that return on investment, take action from it? What's your tips to anyone, especially people out there that's never been to an event like this? What would be your big tips for them?
So mine only started yesterday. I did obviously book my ticket a long time ago, and I looked at exhibitors then.
Yeah.
But I don't usually look at everything at that point. Mine's usually the day before. And the reason being is because I'll have too many things going on and then I'll forget.
Yeah.
So what I do is I got my VA to make a list of all the exhibitors in alphabetical order, a little bit what's on the website anyway, but she put it in a document that was easy for me to click in. And then I went through and I went, I'm going to highlight some of the targeted people that I really want to go and have a conversation with. And it wasn't like too many, so it was too overwhelming, because there are a lot of exhibitors here. And then from those, I mean, don't get me wrong, I've literally spoken to more than what was on the targeted list, and some that weren't even on the list that I didn't even know, like Teleroo, for instance.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I then go through and I go, right, okay, those are my targeted point. And why am I going to see them? It's never a sales pitch, never a sales pitch, never go with a mind of sales. And I mean, to be honest, a lot of the bookkeepers and accountants that come here are wanting to buy, wanting a solution to a problem.
Yeah.
So whenever I go to any of these, because I'm coming here for tech as well, mine's never been on a sales. I don't do sales. I blooming hate sales. I would rather tattoo the back of my eyelids with a blank knitting needle than do sales and marketing. I cannot deal with it. It's not my forte.
Yeah. And
give me numbers all day long.
Yeah. And you can outsource that, right? And
exactly.
Yeah.
So for me, it's like, I'm here to say, right, okay, what's been their problem? How long have they been going? You know, I want to know about their business and the criteria. And then it's just a case of having those normal human conversations, life experiences and things like that. You just go down a rabbit hole where sometimes you get to know the person.
Exactly. And like you said, you get to know if they're that bad energy or good energy, right?
100%.
I love it. I love it. Okay, what do you love about this industry then? You definitely seem to me as a passionate person about the industry. The fact that you're building up, you love the tech side, you're building up a whole new tech stack as well. So look, what is it that you love about this industry? Why this industry?
Well, my mum, bless her, she taught me Sage nearly 30 years ago.
Sage 950?
Yes, on desktop. That's how long we're talking.
Yeah.
And mum taught me that. So my family have always been in business. So it's always been a thing for me and my brother to go into business on our own. And then build a team. My mum taught me Sage, always been a number cruncher. Didn't do very well in school at maths. So anyone that's just left school, maths is not an objective thing that you need to have, you know, grade whatever.
Yeah, for this industry, right?
Love the subject. You don't have to be good at it. And to be honest, you've got calculators and we've got software now that actually do a lot of it. But it's the logic that you have to understand.
Spotting the trends and etc. Isn't it? Yeah.
So like, for instance, me, I can look at a P&L on a client and I can say, that figure don't look right. Why? Straight away, because it's that analytical looking and seeing the trends, like you say.
So that's what you love about the industry. What would you change about the industry?
What would I change?
What keeps you up at night? What's that little thing that goes,
God,
you know what? If only we could do X, Y, Z, we'll be in a
So my business partner, Beju, he says to me, you've got to stop working till 3 o'clock in the morning. I'm a night owl.
Yeah.
Help that. I'm not a morning person.
Yeah.
If it says AM, do not disturb me. You know, it's like, I am definitely a PM person. Don't think there is a lot that I don't like.
Really? Okay, that's good. That's positive.
I'm more of a solution-driven person.
Yeah.
So even if there's something like tech, for instance, that I don't particularly like, I go and find something that does. And, you know, and if it doesn't do it, then obviously you always go back to the famous Excel and work out something. And then, okay, there's got to be a piece of software that does this.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I'm very much a solution driven. So even though that there's a lot I love, I mean, I've been in the industry 30 years. I've run my own business for 11. So it's like, I think I know a bit or two. And there's not a lot that phases me. So, yeah, I don't know that there's a...
That's a positive. Look,
there's not a I can't pinpoint anything.
That's good. That's good. And that shows progress in the industry, right? Because I imagine if you'd asked this question 5 years ago, there would be pain points. There would be bits you wanted to do.
I think the only thing is when the tech companies do get bigger, you're not heard.
Oh, and you mentioned that, right?
Yeah, I mentioned that. That's the only bugbear I have.
You are right on that, though, right? Like, that is the bit where there's pain points we just want solved so we can help our clients better.
Yeah.
And like you said, we're not being heard. 100%. Okay. How would you describe your ideal client?
Oh, I've got quite a few of them, actually.
Oh, okay. Talk me through it.
That's the process over 10 years or 11 years of me running my practice. You get, when you're in the beginning stages, you end up taking on everything and anything.
Yeah.
And then when you finally get to a bit more maturer, you're able to wheedle out what I call the pain in the backside clients and actually have your ideal client.
Yeah.
Where my practice is based really primarily within the property industry. So I've got mortgage brokers, I've got landlords, private landlords, developers, all sorts of things around the property sector. My ideal client, he's so lovely. And I will mention him, Mitch. He is so lovely. We have a call every month and I love them, even though they're like 3 hours long because he's got so many businesses.
Yeah. But also I bet it's about him as well and what. And
honestly, it's a pleasure.
Yeah.
And that's what we all want in our life.
Obviously,
we get into business to have an easier life. flexible life and not to be treated like you were when you were doing a 9-to-5 job,
Yeah,
you know, with a boss that's telling you, and you're like, you know, I don't want bad energy. I don't like bad energy. I haven't got time for bad energy.
Yeah. And I bet, like a lot of us accountants out there, it's not filing VAT returns that get you excited about doing your job, right? It is talking to the clients, helping the clients, having that connection with them. There's nothing better than being able to
and it's
do something for
those clients. So it's not, you know, clients have asked you to be their bookkeeper or accountant.
Yeah.
You know, you automatically assume that they're going to know what you do, and they don't. And it's not like you have to go in sometimes, not without telling them to suck eggs, but okay, what part do you understand? What part don't you understand? And how can I help and fill those gaps in so you know, we can work together? And I mean, I'm forever in Zoom calls during the day, and then I do my client work overnight. I don't do any of the data entry anymore, which is fantastic.
I mean, based on what you told me, you won't be doing any data entry going forward with your teller. And speaking of data, it's a great little segue for that one. If you think back a year ago, and it doesn't have to be here, like we could go a lot back longer, and you think about one piece of tech or one piece of gadgetry or something that has changed your life for the better. Is there something you wish you could tell that person 12 months ago and go, get this implemented now?
Well, I know I shouldn't plug it really.
Got to plug it. There goes.
Client Engager's got to be my top app at the moment. It does everything that I need it to. My practice, everyone's on it. The pricing's so mint as regards to the niche in the market. You know, the community, the support you get within that community is absolutely phenomenal. So that's probably my main thing. Next one's probably Alexa.
Oh yeah, really? Okay.
Yeah.
Talk me through that then.
ChatGPT.
Oh yeah.
I absolutely love ChatGPT. It saves me so much time. Just as a pointer, I put in, obviously I took out the client's name and everything so they couldn't see anything, but it was a financial balance sheet, profit and loss and all that. And I was thinking, shit, I've only got an hour left and I really need to get this report over to my client. And now I've still got to write the accountant's report, which is like all the KPIs. You know, the key point figures of what they need to look at. And so I went, ChatGPT, can you just do one for me, please? And it did.
Yeah.
Honestly, that was about 2 minutes, if that.
And a lot of people on the thing might be going, you know, you're taking away jobs, or there'll be that negativity around it. But honestly, like the fact that you've just taken 2 minutes to do that one report means that you now have more time to spend actually helping the client and actually doing the good bit that's going to help them.
Yeah.
The KPIs are amazing, and we need to have that, you know, that opportunity to review them, but they shouldn't if they're going to take too much time to do them, they almost become irrelevant because become barriers of entry, don't they?
100%. And then we're always literally tied to our desk.
Yeah.
And what I don't want is I want to be able to have the information so that then I can interpret it. So I can interpret it in a different way to my client that they understand, because every client's different, as you probably well know. And so understanding your client before you actually give them, don't just send them on an email, oh, here's your month end, you know, management reports. I want to have a conversation with them so that they are fully aware what their tax liability is, what the corporation tax, what the VAT is going to be, is having that conversation with them. And then if they've got any questions or queries, oh, I don't understand this, then you can have that conversation. So next time when you have the Zoom call, it's probably not going to be as long because they fully understand what you're going through.
You're into the nitty-gritty, the bits that you can actually help and make a difference in, right?
Yeah.
So I don't think I've ever been more excited to ask this question to anyone, because we asked this question, as you know, all these questions, everyone's been asked the same ones. But we've just looked 12 months back and you've told us three nice bits of kit and tech to tell. If you think 12 months in the future, how do you think this word called AI is going to affect us as accountants?
Oh, do you know?
Is it just a buzzword?
No. Do you think it's going to catapult us?
Talk us through it. How do you see it's going to be in 12 months' time?
So at the end of the day, clients are buying value. They're not buying time anymore.
Yep.
And so irrespective of whether we use tech, AI, or whatever it may be in our business to be able to support our clients, they're paying for value, irrespective of how you get there.
Yeah.
So if you want to spend all your hours doing the data entry manually to a person that does it through a piece of software, the value is still going to be the same, but it's how we do it.
Yeah. 100%.
And I think for us, we need to embrace the AI. Yeah, don't get me wrong, and excuse my French, but it is shit scared. It's shit scary stuff.
Yeah.
Because there is so much bad stuff out there as well, where people are being able to generate faces and catfish people on dating sites and things like that. Really scares the hell out of me. But when you're utilizing it in a business that's more powerful than anything, you know, you think back to Acorn and Commodore and looking back to like late 80s, early 90s, you know, it's like how it's come along since then is just, and I embrace it. I absolutely love it. I have to have every gadget there is going. AirPods, iPods, Alexa, kettle that goes on, my lights that go on. I tell it to turn on and off the light. I mean, I know it sounds lazy.
Oh, no, I'm exactly the same. I see it. Yeah.
By the time I've got up and turned the light on to come back down again and then start what I'm doing, I'm like, where was I?
Yeah.
Sorry, but the age that I'm at now, I do start forgetting things and I'm like, my focus goes.
Yeah.
And I go, if I shout at her and tell her to put the light on, it's easy.
Exactly. And like you said, it's about embracing it, right? Like, we've just got to embrace this stuff and we've got to not see it as a negative and just push it. And
it's
and hopefully with technology like yours that you're building, that's going to help us get there.
Well, you know, I want something that works every time, like I keep saying, you know. We don't want to be the Swiss Army knife that some of these bigger companies that do a lot more than what we actually all need. We don't utilize all the features. Me and my team just basically want something that does one thing really well, and that's it.
I love it. We could definitely chat for a long time. And I think we've got to get you back on as a cool friend. I want to go through, there's a lot to unpack here, but this is a pit stop podcast. So you have that camera, that camera, that camera. This is your chance to plug to the world, tell people what there is. I heard you're looking for beta testers. I want you to go tell the world the camera is yours.
Thank you. So Amy is in beta tester stage. I can't even spit that word out today. I think I've said it so many times. And we have just a few at the moment. We've already integrated with Xero. We've just had talks with Sage. So we're going to have a really long conversation with them. That's the next one that we're going to integrate with. But we are looking for beta testers to come on and break our system. That's what beta testers, I want them to do. I really want them. But it won't be just a case of here's the link and go and do it. I want to have a good hour session with me on every single one of them. So we go through it, find out some key indicators that we need to improve on, what their thoughts are, what their pain points are in the business. So it's going to be quite different to a normal, what they might expect from a beta testing part. So anyone that is willing to want to break our system. I don't know if I've explained what Amy does.
I mean, I think this is your chance to do it properly. Let's
me talking about it. I think like what it does. So you upload bank statements, downloads to CSV, just like that, to a Xero CSV file as well. So you haven't got to muck around with any of the columns, and you upload purchase invoices. Data is extracted and it works every time, not just sometimes.
I love that. I love that. I love that.
So yeah, if anyone is interested on being a beta tester, please do let us know.
And this is the time to get involved in software like this, right? Like the feedback is going to be so crucial for you to develop the software the way that it needs to be developed. And this is a chance for people to get on there and get the feature that they want or the solution that they want. And highly, I mean, I've been in numerous beta testing in my whole life, and every time I just feel privileged just to be able to have that little bit of a chance to change it. So please get out there, get some beta testing. Anything else you want to plug while you're here?
No, I mean, obviously my bookkeeping business, you know.
Any socials or anything to follow you on? Or
yeah, I'm on Instagram, I'm on Facebook, I'm definitely on LinkedIn. Connect on there if you wish.
Do it, please do. And that's it. Please make sure that you get yourself over and connect, and I'm sure you'll be more than happy to answer questions for people, right? And let them know.
I like connecting with people, so you won't be ignored.
I love it. And it's all about community. So this is the Ask the Accountant community. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget, we've got more Pitstop podcasts coming your way. There's some more amazing guests. But I don't think we'll get one quite as technically advanced as you. I think that's been absolute perfect. Thank you so much for spending your time with us.
No, thank you.
Enjoy the rest of the conference. And for everyone watching, don't forget to like, subscribe, all that jazz. And we'll see you on the next podcast. Bye for now.